starts April the 1st when I had an appointment with my doctor, and it was for my 6-month checkup. He said that he was so pleased because my results were actually better than they had been 5 years previously. Dr. Rink asked me, "Do you have any idea of why this might have happened?" And I told him, yes, I did, and it was because I went to the Y. He kind of laughed and he said, "That's exactly it."
Jake has a really rare brain disorder, and it's called lissencephaly. We're very cautious where we leave him and who we leave him with. It's wonderful because they're helping him out developmentally, but I think for me, as a mom, it's even more so to see somebody love your child. You want to see them light up when your child walks in the room, and they do.
When we moved to Bloomington about 3 years ago and purchased a home on the northwest side of town, we realized very quickly we were very far from the nearest YMCA, so we missed that as a family. And when we had our first child about 16 months ago, the daycare issue came up, and we started looking at options and realized that there wasn't very many options for daycare or even preschools on the northwest side of town. So that's definitely affected our family.
I guess one thing with, we were starting out with Jake, we were going through a lot of medical with him, a lot of different expenses with him. And I know that when I talked to Kathy about coming here as, to join the preschool program, that we couldn't really afford it at the time. Somebody who gave allowed Jake to come to the YMCA, and otherwise he wouldn't have been able to. So I think about that every time I bring him, and I think, how grateful I am that somebody cared enough to donate so that he could come, because it's made a huge difference.
I think the Y plays so many roles that many people in this community are not aware of, from the adaptive program to the heart team to now the grant that we've received to be involved in diabetes prevention. A lot of people, I think, see the Y where they don't have any experience with it as a place to go exercise. But there's so much more to it than that has a positive effect on the community.
The Monroe County YMCA offers more special needs programming than any other Y in the country. We have adapted basketball, we have adapted weightlifting, we have adapted aquatics, we have adapted martial arts, my love. We also do seasonal things. We'll do adapted soccer, anything that community members basically come and say, "Can we try it?" Now, not everything does it go, not everything continues, but there's that openness.
He comes to the Can Do Kids preschool. He's 3, but he's fairly far behind in development. So they work with him on motor skills. They work with him even on things like eating his lunch. They color, they take him outside. They're working with sign language with him. Really just kind of a variety of different things.
When you come here, you see people whether it's I tend to come early in the morning, so I see the same people on a regular basis. You develop friendships, at least. Hi, how are you?
My wife accuses me of spending too much time socializing and not enough time exercising, but it is good. You see these people, you meet them.
I never leave here that I don't feel better than when I came.
Our plans for this building are to look at the current usage and adjust that usage, not necessarily add on square footage, but more efficiently use what we have. We're looking at a lot of space on the second floor that we could be using better to accommodate additional services and programs. We need to expand our wellness center. We need to expand and totally renovate our pool area. We need to address the need for family locker space. We're looking for more gathering spaces. This has become a real social outlet as well for many populations within our community.
Renovating the current YMCA would do a lot to energize both the current members and attract new members.
I think a second facility is tremendously important, and where we're talking about doing the northwest side is a lot of our major industries exist over there. The Ivy Tech exists over there, and Ellettsville is just down the road. So there is a major population center of not just homeowners, but of workers who could really benefit from that type of facility. So I think there's a real need. There has been a need for a while, and so hopefully we can get this done.
A new YMCA and child care center on the northwest side of Bloomington would be huge for not only my family, but the community as well.
Starting out with some basic program and services and letting the surrounding areas develop the YMCA structure from there.
Over a year and a half ago, a local family was in a very severe automobile accident with their youngest one, who was 8 at the time, thrown into a coma for many, many weeks. And after he came home, after months in the hospital, he had physical therapy twice a week, occupational therapy twice a week, and speech therapy twice a week. So I talked with the mom. we had known him before, and he started martial arts, and I begged to work with this little boy for a variety of reasons. The first day he came in, and I was scared. I wanted this to go right. I knew what had gone wrong for this kid over the past year. I really, really wanted it to go well for him. We started martial arts, and after the first class, I emailed his mom and said, was it okay? I want to make this right. I want to get it good for this kid. And she emailed back, and she said, well, on the way home, I talked with him. And I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did it go? And he said, it was a 15, Mom. It was off the scale. A couple of weeks ago, this young man got to test for his yellow belt, and he walked in without his walker. And again, I got an email from his mom afterwards, and she said, he is on cloud 9. And more than that, he had become discouraged because he didn't feel like he was making progress with his speech therapy, his physical therapy, his occupational therapy. But he knew he was making progress all of a sudden with martial arts because of that yellow belt and what happened at that test. And she said, beyond that, it was good for our family. We've been through a really rough year, as you could imagine. And it lifted all of us too. And so when I think about sort of the YMCA and what it does, we think about that little triangle of body, mind, and spirit. And I'm thinking, we got his body, we got his mind, we got his spirit. And it wasn't just him, it was his whole family that it impacted.
I am as healthy as I am today because of my connection with the Y. I have no doubt about it at all. My doctor agrees with me, and he continues to encourage me to keep this a part of my life for the rest of my life.
People should support the YMCA because of the things that it can not only do for them as an individual, but for this community as a whole.
When you're supporting the YMCA, you're supporting the community. You're supporting the thousands of people who are invested in our programs and our services, are touched by them, are stronger because of them. And that opportunity to touch lives can only grow. Already on an annual basis, over 18,000 people are somehow associated with this YMCA in the county. That can only grow with added services, with an added facility, with the renovation. That's what we want to do. We want to reach out and touch 4 corners of our county with this campaign and with this renovation and building.